Imagine this. The Canberra Raiders, a team built on grit and raw power, staring down the Cronulla Sharks, masters of resilience and tactical precision. Both desperate, both dangerous, and only one will walk away with the upper hand. But here's the twist. This clash isn't just another NRL fixture. It could redefine the finals race entirely. Who has the firepower, the mentality, and the stamina to survive the storm? Stick with me, because what I'm about to reveal might shock you. This isn't just another Raiders versus Sharks showdown. This is a rivalry layered in unpredictability. Canberra's bruising forward pack versus Cronulla's slick backline movement. A contest where one mistake could flip the script entirely. And before we dive into form guides, key matchups, and the tactical battles that will decide this clash, let's set the stage. The Raiders, hungry, scarred by near misses, and still searching for consistency. Their season has been one of thrilling highs and devastating lows. At times, they've looked unstoppable, at others, fragile. That unpredictability. It makes them one of the most dangerous sides in the comp. Then, the Sharks, written off by some, underestimated by many, yet always circling when the opportunity arises. This team thrives in the chaos of close contests. They don't just compete, they drag you into deep waters and wait for you to drown. Now, here's the kicker. Both teams enter this clash with almost identical stakes. A win doesn't just put 2 points on the ladder, it builds momentum, it builds belief, and it could shatter the other team's finals hopes. That's why this game feels less like Round X and more like an early elimination final. The Raiders have always worn that underdog identity like armor. Fans know their DNA, brute strength in the middle, raw passion from the crowd, and that ability to play with chips on their shoulders. But here's the truth. Canberra's attack has been inconsistent. 1 week, they unleash lightning-fast sets through the middle with Papalii and Tapine steamrolling defenses. The next week, they look flat, directionless, and caught in slow motion. Their ability to turn momentum into points has often been their Achilles heel. And this week? Against a Shark side that thrives on capitalizing when opponents lose focus, that weakness could be fatal. But don't underestimate them. The Raiders have X-factors everywhere. Jack Wighton, in what could be his last season with the club, knows the weight of legacy. His ball-running ability, when he's locked in, can single-handedly flip games. Jamal Fogarty brings control and composure, steadying a side that can otherwise unravel. And don't forget Jordan Rapana, a player who mixes brilliance with chaos, but always demands attention. Still, the key? Their forward pack. If Tapine, Papalii, and Hudson Young can dominate the ruck, the Raiders dictate the tempo. If not, they risk being strangled by Cronulla's structured defense. The Sharks are a team that people love to dismiss. Critics will say, they can't beat the big guns. But what many overlook is how clinical Cronulla can be when they sense weakness. They don't need to blow you off the park, they suffocate you. Their spine tells the story. Nicho Hynes, the reigning Dally M medalist, remains their heartbeat. His kicking game, his vision, his ability to create space for outside backs, it's unmatched when he's on. But here's the catch, he's also human. Under pressure, he's been known to overplay his hand. And if Canberra's defense rushes him, his decision-making could wobble. Blake Brayley at hooker gives them crisp service, keeping their attack sharp. Matt Moylan's experience offers calmness. And will Kennedy at the back? He's the silent weapon. His support play often turns half-chances into tries. But their true weapon? Their edge attack. Ronaldo Mulitalo and Sione Katoa, arguably the deadliest wing combo in the NRL, are strike machines. Give them half a sniff, and they'll punish you. Defensively, the Sharks have had wobbles, yes. But when they're connected, when they hunt as a pack, they can be brutal. So what's the chessboard look like? For Canberra, it's simple. Win the middle. If Tapine and Papalii bend the line, it opens space for Wighton and Fogarty to probe. Canberra thrive when they can slow the game down, kick long, and grind opponents into frustration. For Cronulla, it's about speed. They'll look to stretch Canberra's edges, shift quickly from one side to the other, and tire out the Green Machine's forwards. Hynes will test Rapana and Tomoko with bombs, while Kennedy will float around looking for mismatches. One brutal reality. The Sharks will target Canberra's edge defense, which has been vulnerable all season. If Mulitalo or Katoa get early ball, it could be a long night for Raiders fans. And here's where it gets really spicy. Both these clubs carry pressure, but in very different ways. For Canberra, the weight is emotional. Wighton's departure looms large. Fans feel this could be their last dance moment before another rebuild cycle begins. Every game feels like it's played with heavy shoulders. For Cronulla, the weight is external. Critics circle them relentlessly. Flat-track bullies. Pretenders. They know the label. And they know the only way to silence it is to knock over gritty sides like the Raiders. So which pressure breaks first? That's what makes this matchup so compelling. Now before I reveal the explosive X factors, the unpredictable moments, and why this game could come down to the final 5 minutes, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. This is Aussie NRL Updates, your home for the boldest takes, the sharpest previews, and the biggest stories in rugby league. Don't just watch the game, live it with us. Let's dive deeper. A menace on the edge, unpredictable, and capable of game-breaking plays. But discipline remains his biggest battle. If he dominates, Sharks win. But under pressure, his errors could swing the game. Personified. A match winner, or a liability. Which version shows up? Underrated. His timing and support could be the difference between a near miss and a match-winning try. Every game tells a story beyond the scoreboard. This one? It's about legacies. For Canberra, it's about proving they're still contenders, not passengers. For Cronulla, it's about silencing the doubters. And for fans, it's about witnessing a clash where history, pride, and future collide in 80 brutal minutes. And let me tell you, this story isn't ending cleanly. One side is going to walk away shattered. The other, reborn. But which one? Stick around, because in the second half of this preview, I'll break down the match-defining battles, the coaching chess moves, and the bold prediction that could shock everyone. In the first half of this preview, we peeled back the layers of Raiders versus Sharks, the grit of Canberra, the slick strike power of Cronulla, and the high-pressure stakes sitting on this clash. But here's where it gets even juicier. Because the real story? It's not just about star power, it's about the hidden battles, the coaching gambles, and the unsung players who could quietly decide everything. Let's start with the collisions that matter most. This is where games are won or lost. Josh Papalii, the heart of Canberra's pack. He's not just a wrecking ball, he's a spiritual leader. When Papalii gets early momentum, Canberra's confidence grows. But standing in his way is Dale Finucane, Cronulla's Iron Man. Finucane doesn't care about highlight reels. He's there to tackle, to graft, to grind until opponents mentally snap. Whoever bends first in this clash, their team will lose control of the middle. This is the chessboard. Fogarty brings composure. He'll look to steer Canberra with smart kicking and calm decision-making. Hynes, on the other hand, thrives on chaos. He'll test edges, throw the unexpected, and try to break Canberra's structure. The big question. Can Fogarty absorb the pressure and keep Hynes in check, or will Nicho's brilliance